Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 927. It is Friday. That's delicious. It's starting to feel real. The move starting to feel real. Spending about as much time at the new house as I am here at the old house. Was over there till like 9:30. If you know me, I'm like going to bed at 9:30, and here I am still sweating, moving boxes of baseball cards all over the goddamn basement. So I ordered pizza again. Remember the old bubble gut incident from way back on Tuesday or whatever the hell day that was? Fully recovered and decided my wife was so I don't know, I was over there like 5 different times yesterday. So I was over there in the afternoon. Well, the movers came around lunchtime. They did not come in the morning, which was actually kind of good because I had to go sign for this sale yesterday morning because our closing is next a week from today, next Friday, but I won't be here. So I pre-signed. So that was yesterday. So it actually worked out to where the movers came later. So it worked out. And Biscuit got a walk. So then I went back, came back. I did some shipping. We moved, went over to the house, came back, did some shipping. Went to the post office, stopped at the house. My mother-in-law was cleaning, so I made sure to only stay the shortest amount of time possible. And then came home, did some more shipping. And then I think about 5 o'clock, I went back over there. My wife came. My mother-in-law was still there cleaning. And my thought was, we still have like people traipsing around and working. And why are we cleaning? Why are we cleaning? But I say that anyway. I don't need to clean this area. So I went back over. My wife came and she's like, I'm going to go feed Biscuit and eat dinner. Are you coming home for dinner? And I'm like, if I come home for dinner, I'm not going to want to come back. So I'm going to order pizza. And one of our contractors was still there. He was still there at 9:30 because he was working on some stuff that had to get done because the inspector is coming back today. So a couple things they failed us on had to get fixed. So he was there, and I'm like, hey, you want some pizza? He's like, yeah. So ordered some perfect for the old bubble gut from earlier this week. Pepperoni. Ordered Pizza Hut. I've been throwing it around to different pizza places this week. So what did I have? Oh, I had Rosati's, which is a go-to, but I ordered their tavern style. I went with something. See, I'm effing tired. I went with tavern style. Here's food talk. Where's Uncle Rich? So Rosati's, I went with their tavern style, but it had like hot giardinera. Woo! I think that's what did my intestines in. Did not work well with my insides. So I went with I'm like, what the hell can I get that's good and that I know that's not going to give me freaking rot gut the next 2 days? Pizza Hut. And I like Pizza Hut. I think for me, Pizza Hut and my love for Pizza Hut is similar to my love for Casey's gas station pizza. It's what I grew up on. I grew up in a small town, Anawan. We didn't have any pizza places in Anawan. We had to drive to the next town over to go to Casey's and get our taco pizza, or to the big city with stoplights and a Walmart and a Pizza Hut down to Kewanee. And of course, Friday nights, that was our pizza night. Book it. I had my Book It pin. Get your little stickers. personal pan pizza for reading books. And so I ordered Pizza Hut, and I love pan pizza from Pizza Hut. And you know what? Pizza Hut is almost better. I think it is better the next day. Oh, it's so good. Even microwaved. Like sometimes it gets soggy in the microwave the next day. Not Pizza Hut. Maybe it does, but maybe that's why I like it. You could throw it in the air fryer. That's good. Have you ever had pizza, leftover pizza in the air fryer? It's pretty good. But I won't do that today. I got some leftover pizza. I ordered bread. I ordered like a double of breadsticks. I'm like, my wife will eat breadsticks. She's like, no, I had dinner. I'm like, what? And I only ate 2. Contractor ate 1. I have 7 freaking breadsticks in my fridge. Pizza Hut was delicious. Pizza Hut was delicious. So yeah, I was doing that. I moved. I had a shelf that was in my. God damn, shit, I'm like yawning. I think this is the most yawning I've ever done this week. I think I've lost a few pounds though, because this shirt feels like it fits better. I'm still fat and overweight. Isn't that the same thing? Fat and overweight. But I think I've cut a couple pounds. I needed to lose a few pounds in the midsection to fit into my jacket next weekend. I texted my buddy last night. I'm like, hey, I think I might cut a few pounds and fit into that jacket just from moving all this shit around. And then I showed him the video, and he's like, holy shit, it's a lot of fucking cards. Most of the cards are in. I forgot. We get over there, and I'm looking at something in the basement, and I realize, shit, forgot the cards in the bathroom. Because I have one of these shelves in the bathroom because I ran out of room here. So I'm like, and they're like, oh, we could get that Monday. I'm like, nah, you've done enough. You've done enough. I've had to pay you enough. I'll break my back and do it myself. So I may not do it until next week because I've got right now. It's like I'm trying to get stuff on shelves. I mean, I don't have enough shelves there, but I have that shelf and this shelf, and these will both go in that storage area. So I think that will I think that's all I need. And then there's a big, huge rack, and I think I'm going to put that along the wall. So I think I'm good. So yeah, I did that. I think I'm going to move my office in my shipping office this weekend. Internet is connected today. So our internet is coming in this afternoon. So I think Sunday I may move my office. And I'm not taking any days off. I'm going to ship Sunday morning, and then I'm going to move my office Sunday afternoon. So Monday, so Hobby Evolution is going to look pretty different for like several days. Today, obviously, it looks like this. Tomorrow, it will look like this. Sunday, it will look like this. Monday, I will probably do it out of my upstairs office. Because the movers are coming Monday morning at like 9 or 8. I can't remember. We'll find out. But in that office, I can see the street. So it's not kind of a surprise doorbell. So Monday, I'll be out of that office. And then Tuesday, we might be in like my shipping area at the new house, which will kind of look like this. There won't be a bunch of cards in the background. Wednesday might be the same. And then next Thursday might be the first day in my office where Hobby Evolution will be filmed in front of a live studio audience from that point forward. So I think next Thursday might be like the future and how Hobby Evolution has evolved. So I'm just trying to go through all of this in my head. And oh my gosh. It's I didn't expect it to be this crazy. I mean, I did and I didn't. So movers are actually coming again tomorrow. Well, their packing crew is coming tomorrow because they're going to pack us, because it's like, I don't want to pack. My wife doesn't want it. My wife doesn't have time to pack. I don't know how to pack. So we're having professional packers come in, and not those cheeseheads in Green Bay. So that's where we're at. It's starting to feel real, though. It is starting to feel real. What's up, chat? What's going on? It's Friday. Good morning, Harlan, Turkey Cards, David, Scotty Dubs, Shane, happy Friday to you. Talking Tatis, what's happening? Hobby News Daily, happy Friday. Victor's in the house. Reppin' Rajon Rondo is here. Herman, Kyle, David, good morning. Bargain Boxer, he's got his countdown, 19 days. VIP passes are sold out. I think VIP passes sold out a couple weeks ago. At least a week ago. Yeah, so 19 days away. There's going to be some, if you're into bargain boxes, there's going to be some fun surprises for you in store at the National. And so we plan on doing the Hobby Evolution get-together at Shoeless Joe's on Saturday after the show. I might be a little delayed because I may be filling my SUV with cards. So details to come. Actually, I'll share it with you at Shoeless Joe's on Saturday after the National. Michael Renicky, what's happening? John Evans is here. The weekend's nearly with us. There's a card show in the UK tomorrow, which I'm going to. Should be fun. Oh, shit. I'm glad that was my microphone and not my coffee cup. So what's a card show look like in the UK? Now, Ryan Nolan, I talked to him. He came up to one of the shows a couple months ago. And he went over there. He went to a card show, and he was kind of explaining it's unlike anything in the US. And I can't remember how he explained it exactly, but sounds very interesting. The notorious MIL, yes. She's on a roll. She's on a roll. Terry McDaniel, what's up? Good morning. Angel Baby Cards is here. Card Hobbyist, what's happening? Shane says, oh no, not Pizza Hut. I can't do Pizza Hut anymore. Their cheese tastes like plastic. Oh no. I love me some Pizza Hut. I think their cheese is good. It's certainly not the best cheese on a pizza. I think for me, Pizza Hut is all about the crust. And you got to get the pan style. Jesus, I can't stop yawning. Woo. Rally time. It kind of reminds the pizza I had last night from Pizza Hut kind of reminded me of Jets, which I love Jets pizza. I'm not a snob when it comes to pizza and when it comes to, oh, you gotta have the local non-chain. I'm not all about that. I'm about pizza. Generally speaking, I eat all pizza. There's really not a pizza I don't want to eat. If it has anchovies, I'll eat it. Pineapple, eat it. I don't give a shit. I'll eat any pizza. There's some pizza that Domino's, I'll eat it, but I'm not going to like it very much. There's some pizzas out there that are like that, but it's not bad. There's a saying. I don't want to attract the bots, though. There's a saying about pizza. Pizza Hut is soggy when you get it. That's true. I think that's part of the reason why I like it. Angel Baby says there was a time back in the 70s, as I recall, Pizza Hut was awesome. Hell, I think it's awesome today in the 2020s. What are we going to call the 20s? Are we going to call it the 20s? Has it been long enough? When somebody says the 20s, I think of the 1920s, even though my parents were not even a glimmer in my grandparents' eyes. Are we going to call it the 20s? Oh, back in the 20s. Are we going to call it the 2020s? Are we going to call it the 2020s? That's just too much to say. I have a hard time talking about the early 2000s. Because when I think of early 2000s, I'm thinking like 2001, 2, 3, 4. When I say mid 2000s, I think 2005, 6, 7. But then there's that whole decade that we just got out of, the 2000 teens. The hell do you call that? The teens? What do we call the 19 teens? The teens? Doesn't sound right. But nothing does, I guess. The teens. The 20 teens. That might work. The 20 teens. The 2020s? The 20s? Bargain Boxer says Giordano's in 19 days. Yeah, when I go to Chicago, I typically don't have Giordano's. Like for regular trips, I try to do other pizza places. But Giordano's is my go-to for like convention, like Cubs convention, Giordano's. The National, Giordano's. I think we did Giordano's 2 years ago. I think there's one, I think it's out in Wheeling. It was further away than what I thought. There's got to be one. Well, I know there's one just down the street from the National, but that's packed. Like, I'm sure that's packed with National people. But there's one out like, because we stay like 15, 20 minutes out on River Road. Easy drive, though. But then even further, there was a Giordano's that we went to, and I think it was Wheeling, which is that's the city that we stay. I want to Google Map time. Wheeling, Illinois. Okay, let's map it out. I think that's where the Giordano's was, and I can't even think of what else. What other? Okay, Des Plaines. Okay, because I know I drive through Des Plaines. Okay, let me find Rosemont. From Rosemont, oh, there's Rosemont. Okay, so I'm going the other. Okay, so I'm going up this way. So Des Plaines. Let me find River Road. Where the hell's River Road? Oh, there's the casino. I'm getting closer. Where's River Road? There's the river. There's River Road. Okay, so we're driving. There's Algonquin Woods. There's Des Plaines. We're going through Des Plaines. There's Golf Road. We drive past Golf Road. There's the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. We drive past that. There's a Shell station. There's River Nature Center. Sabaris Northbrook. Oh, did I go too far? Palatine Road. Oh, there we are. There's the McDonald's. So now there's the Hilton Chicago North. So is that Northbrook? There's Milwaukee Avenue. That's where the hotel's I'm at. So you go all the way down River Road, and then it comes to a T. So you got to turn left onto Milwaukee Avenue. And there's an airport there, Chicago Executive Airport. The hotel's right next to the airport. Bob Chin's Crab House. Never been there. Oh, there's a Benihana just down the road. There's a Boston Fish Market. So this is all Wheeling, I guess. Yeah, so it must have been Wheeling. And then Buffalo Grove is over there. Anyway, enough map time. Braves and Rays series this weekend. Best records in the AL and NL. Go Braves, card hobbyist. Cubs had a tough loss yesterday to the Brewers from Milwaukee. Turkey Cards is with us. Angel Baby was doing some checking on card prices last night. Holy cow, the prices are going up again with Modern. Interesting. What were you checking? I'm curious what you were checking. Turkey card. I saw something, speaking of card prices, but going the other way, going down. I saw something interesting. I think card porn, the bots are coming. I think card porn's posted this on Instagram. The Johnny Moore PSA 10 from 86 Fleer. It's like the toughest. It's condition sensitive, so there's only, I think it's the lowest or second lowest pop of a PSA 10 out of that set, 86 Fleer. So it's gone for crazy numbers, but apparently there was somebody who was hoarding them and had like over 20 copies. And there's only, I think, 67 out there. And now they've been released into the wild and their sales are just. So that was an interesting, because I always like, why is a Johnny Moore I know it's like, ooh, the grail of PSA 10s from 86 Fleer, but just odd. I wonder what the pop report is on because I say the grail, but in rarity it kind of is, because I'm sure there's how many Jordan PSA 10? It seems like there's one at auction every 2 weeks. I'm curious. I can find it, but it takes me forever to find it because I don't do PSA pop reports, anything like that. So it takes me a while, and just kind of like with my map time, you don't want me to try to figure it out on the PSA website. So if somebody does, I'm curious what the pop report is on a PSA 10 Michael Jordan 86 Fleer, and then confirm with me that 67 is the number on Johnny Moore. Johnny V says Pizza Hut held many of our baseball banquets and football. Parents drank beer and us kids would pump quarters into Donkey Kong and Pac-Man. Hell yeah. So I was a little later in the game. Our Pizza Hut had, was it like Cruisin' USA, where you sat down in the car? Oh my God, that was heaven. And then they had like the memory game where they trick you into like teaching you something, educating, an educational game. I want to play racing. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says Mets and Padres battle of payroll disappointment. Right? Mets won 5 straight, praying the turnaround is here. There's the thing with the Cubs fans is it's like half of Cubs social media is we gotta sell, and the other half is like we gotta buy. And oh my God, if I see one more tweet, we need to bring Matt Mervis up. Jesus H. He sucks. He's a great AAA player. He sucks in the big leagues. No, we don't need that experiment. I don't care. The Cubs are not. And what makes it even more irksome, is that a word? Irksome? The Cubs aren't out of it. I mean, yeah, I think they just took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, right? Or are they still playing? I don't know. What is today? Today's Friday. So, yeah, I think their series is done. I think they took 2 out of 3 exciting games. And the NL Central sucks. Like, they're not out of it. Nobody's out of it. I mean, the Cardinals are in last place. They're not out of it. The NL Central blows. Now, do I think they should go out and trade for Ohtani? No. But I think they should trade for some type of first baseman that's capable. Not Matt Mervis. Give up on Matt Mervis. Could use some bullpen. I love Daniel Palencia came up, and that was awesome. Need some bullpen help. Back end bullpen help would be nice. Anyway, let's see. Where are we at? Card Hobby says, I don't like Pizza Hut anymore, but I do have nostalgic memories of sit-down Pizza Hut restaurants. Oh, yeah. Because it was like, I mean, now, and I mean, life evolves. The world evolves. The good old days. The good old days are always going to be, the good old days are a moving target, just like vintage. There, I said it. It's a moving number. The good old days. Like, to me, the 90s are the good old days. The 80s are the good old days. But to my parents, Like, oh, we had to raise a shithead kid in the 80s and 90s. Those weren't good old days. Kid ruined all our fun. The 70s and the 60s were the good old days. And my grandparents, oh, America was so much better in the 50s. Let me tell you something. I wasn't there, so you don't want to hear my opinion. The good old days. And you know what? To kids that think 90s is vintage right now is the good old days to them. It's a moving target. The good old days. But those were good old days for me. Sit down Pizza Hut. I mean, it was a trip, man. It was a Friday night. Like, we don't have that. And it's kind of like now that I work from home and I sell baseball cards, it's awesome. I'm not going to lie. I love it. But today's Friday and I have it's another day. 4th of July. I don't care. It's another day. Like, all the days run together. Now I say that, well, what do you want to do? Go back to the office and wake up and dread Mondays and love Fridays? Absolutely freaking not. No, I love it. But it's not the same. It's just another day. The alternative, going back and working in the office and looking forward to a Friday, I think I'll keep doing what I'm doing. The good old days. Let's see. But what I was going there with was, it's kind of like that. Like, it seems like everything now, maybe that's just because we're older, we're adults now. And when you're a kid, I've never been a kid in the 2020s. So I don't think any of us have been. So we don't really know what it's like, but it just seems like, I mean, now everything, you can access everything from your phone, from your pocket. Think back to the 80s when we were growing up. And like, me and my friends always talked about, like, what if there was, what if cable TV had like everything you could ever want, like a menu, like you're playing like Nintendo, like we'd be playing Nintendo. And like, you go to the start menu and there's like, you can boop, 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 pick. Like, what if TV was like this and you could watch anything you wanted? You didn't have to wait a week. And now we have that. And now there's times where I kind of wish life was a little simpler, like those simple times. Do I want to go back and live it in those simple times? No. But it'd be nice to just do it for a day. I guess I could, but I'm not. The good old days. But Pizza Hut, it was like an event. It was like Friday, you're looking forward to it because I've been sitting in school, getting C's and D's. They still get degrees. C's get degrees. Don't let anybody tell you any different, kids. Go have your fun, because when you're in college, when you go out and party and have fun, you're networking. At least that's what I call it. Networking. You're building relational skills. Get you farther than algebra, let me tell you that. Anyway, it was an event. Friday, get out of school. It's Pizza Hut day. I got my Book It sticker and my pin. I get a personal pan pizza. We'll get that garlic cheese bread. I don't think they have that anymore. I forgot about that. Shit, I would have ordered that last night. You go to Pizza Hut. Maybe your friend is spending the night. Wasn't that always fun? It was always fun for me when I spent the night at friend's house that rode the bus, because you learn a lot riding the school bus as a kid. I didn't ride the bus. I was a late bloomer. I didn't know what a blowjob was because I lived in town. I had to walk to school. It was only 2 blocks. But I didn't get that education you don't get in health class from the older kids on the school bus. Hey, psst, kid, you know what a dirty Sanchez is? No. That's what you learn on the school bus. You learn a lot of shit on the school bus. When you're walking to school by yourself or with your neighbor, you don't learn anything. But on Friday, if I spent the night at Blake's house, he lived in Mineral, I got to ride the Mineral bus. The Mineral bus, that's where you learned a lot. The Mineral bus. Who pull bus? Mineral bus was where it was at. That's where you got all of your life lessons, was on the Mineral bus. So I liked staying with my friends in Mineral. Then you went to Pizza Hut. You get your personal pan pizza, your garlic cheese bread. As you're waiting, you're playing Cruisin' USA, pumping quarters into that damn machine. And then after Pizza Hut, you go to Family Video and you rent Nintendo games. And, WrestleMania 2 on VHS. You go home, you play some Tecmo Super Bowl, some Double Dribble, maybe Excite Bike. Watch some wrestling. Mountain Dew keeps you up till 3 a.m. Boom. Life in the 90s. The good old days. ATX Treasure Chest, what's happening? Good morning. Max says Pizza Hut became commercialized. It went downhill quickly. It was commercialized when I was a kid. It was commercialized in the 80s. I feel like Pizza Hut hasn't changed in the last 35 years. Let's see. Angel Baby says the thing is Pizza Hut got really cheap, cutting corners a decade ago, and you could tell. I think every major company has gotten cheap and cut corners. I think every chain is like that. Grinding for good in the house. Bargain boxer Randy Anchovies. He's out. Hey, am I gonna order anchovies on my own? If there's a pizza, if there's an anchovy pizza and it's the only option in front of me, I'm gonna eat it and like it. Not as much as the sausage or the pepperoni or the cheese or the barbecue or the taco, but I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna like it. Herman says, forget the pizza talk. I had wings last night with a large order of fries with mayo to dip them in. Hell yeah, Herman. Herman's team mayo. Mayo and fries, salute. I'll drink to that. I'm telling you, mayo and fries is where it's at. Now, don't go out and get Hellman's. Get some good stuff. Get that garlic aioli. Get some good mayo. And it's got to be room temperature. None of this refrigerator crap. But I think it goes bad if you keep it. No, it can't go bad. It's on the shelf, not in a fridge. What's up with condiments that have to be refrigerated, but you buy them on the store shelf, not in the refrigerator section? What's up with that? I hate cold ketchup. I hate cold mayo. I hate cold barbecue sauce. I like ranch dressing cold. But what's up with that? Barbecue sauce. Room temperature. I don't want refrigerated condiments for the most part. But I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, do it. Fries and mayo. There's some fries that I don't think I would pair with mayo. McDonald's fries don't need anything. McDonald's fries are like a steak. No additives needed. You don't need anything on a good steak. I like to experiment sometimes and marinate a steak. But for the most part, I just want my steak, nothing on it. And that's a McDonald's French fry. You don't need ketchup. You don't need mayo. You don't need anything with a McDonald's fry. There's some fries that you need something. Burger King. Burger King fries suck. I'm sorry. How about Chick-fil-A for now? There's a good French fry. Chick-fil-A. You know, Wendy's has shitty fries. I don't like Wendy fries either. Wendy's and Burger King, my least favorite. Chick-fil-A, I love the crinkle cut. What else is out there? McDonald's. I haven't had Hardee's in a long time. I don't even know if there's a Hardee's nearby where I'm at. Culver's has some good French fries. Steak and Shake. Now those are some good fries. My only downside is they're too. It's hard to get, like, when you pull Steak and Shake fries out of the cup, you only get two and they're so small. Then you got to grab a handful. You look like a pig, filling your mouth with Steak and Shake fries. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says, call it last decade. The tweens. Consider Dear Bo, does anybody refer to the 1820s as the 20s? That's a good point. So maybe we call the 1820s the 1820s, the 1920s the 1920s, and maybe the 20s are now the current century, right? Maybe we just keep it to the centuries. The 90s, we can still call it the 90s because we're what, 70 years away from the 2090s. Well, I don't think anybody will be with us. I don't think anybody watching this chat will be around. So we can continue calling it the 90s. The 80s, we can still call it the 80s. We can still call it the 70s. We can still call it the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. But the 30s are coming, 1930s, 1920s. 89 Topps baseball. That can't be going up in price. Where are we at? Oh, wow. We've got a lot of chat to catch up on. God is great in Japan. What is up? Good evening to you. Max says the registry is the whole reason PSA even exists, or at least how it started and planted its roots. I think it's how it started and planted its roots. There's so much better return on your investment. I said it. Return on your investment in a PSA slab rather than an SGC Beckett or whatever else. There are caveats. I understand. As I say this, I'm wearing an SGC hat. But if I were to, do I have anything? Jason Witten, gold rookie card. If I were to submit this to get graded, I would send it to PSA because it would be worth more in a PSA slab rather than a SGC slab or Beckett slab or anything else. Shane says, Cruising USA, Turtles are, oh yes, Turtles. I think our Pizza Hut had a Turtles arcade game as well. We did not have a Simpsons arcade game. That would have been freaking awesome. Great games and what used to be great pizza. Still is. No complaints from my Pizza Hut pizza last night. Paul Heath, good morning. Let's see. Angel Baby says, Reprint City Come Alive was the word with those blue Tiffany boxes. Max says they split, was a 4-game series. Oh, well, son of a bitch. Shane says, if a card gets returned on eBay, do you have to give refund back right away, or do you wait until you get it back to refund? If it's a return, I don't refund until actually, this Jason Witten was returned to me. Because he sent a picture of it, and when I got it back, I looked, and I'm like, you have to like capture it in the right light. Like you can't even see it. It's like, I think it's probably from the printing press. It's not a crease. It's almost like a print mark. There's a little, yeah, but like I looked at it, I'm like, what the hell is he seeing? And I had to it took me like 3 minutes to get a picture because I'm like, he wanted a partial refund. And I don't like partial refunds because it's like, he wanted this to get a PSA 10. Nice centering, corners are sharp. He wanted this to get a PSA 10, I'm assuming. And he's like, oh, I can't with this print line like that. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, oh, I'll take a partial. No, I don't do partial refunds. I'm like, I send it back. And he was like, partial refund. And I'm like, I can sell this for, I think I have it listed for 75 or best offer. I'm like, I can sell this for 50 as is. And then he like said, well, you have to disclose. And I'm like, I'm going to disclose it. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to disclose it in the description. I'll still get $50 for this card. And so and once he returned it, I issued the refund. So that's how you do it. So yeah, there's a little print line. It's in my eBay store, 75 or best offer. There's a new picture, little print line in the top. It took me forever to get the right light, and so my camera could take the photo of that damn print line up in the upper right corner. That's the annoying part of dealing with eBay. It's like, at least that's like a bigger card and not a $1.50 card. I actually had somebody years ago, Nolan Arenado was still with the Rockies, and I had I think it was a rookie card, or no, it was a Gold Cup card because it was a cheapie. It was like $1. Actually, it might have been a 99-cent card at that time, but we'll call it a $1.50 card. And they're like, "Oh, this isn't gonna gem." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? It's a $1.50 card. If it does gem, it's not even gonna be worth what you paid to grade it." Some people. The good old days was pre-pandemic. Cards were affordable. Angel Baby says the 70s. Weed, mood rings, felt posters, zigzag, and lava lamps were my game as a kid. Pizza Hut was so much better back then, says SPK. I think it was better just because of us and not the pizza. Big Lots no longer has cards. Boo. We don't have a Big Lots anymore. We had one. It turned into... what the hell did it turn into? It might have turned into like an Office Max. I don't know. Can't remember. Office Max. Yeah, I think it turned into an Office Max. Let's see. Shane says the good old days before Panini started making cards. Yep, and bicycle spokes for top loaders. Does Topps Archives Commons sell on eBay? Really well, actually. Yeah, Topps Archives sell really well. Henry says not working in regards to Big Lots. I don't know what that means. Not working. Angel Baby. Oh, not working. Maybe the good old days were not working. Angel Baby says Pizza Hut was love in a deep dish cardboard box. Pizza, but Henry says, like percentage now good must be the BJ reference. There we go. We got the likes. BJ's on the bus. Flawed Thinker, good morning. Good old days are also when you sat in the waiting lobby for 20 to 30 minutes at a restaurant with no phone or any entertainment unless you brought a book or something. Kids would not survive today. I'm trying to think what we did. What if you had to wait in line? Like, what did we do? We just like stood there. Can you imagine just standing there watching people? Now, if you stand and watch people, people are like, what are you looking at? And then they put it on TikTok. This guy was looking at me. Bo, this sounds awful lot like your standard Thursday night. Sing song. I've got a pocket full of quarters and I'm headed to the arcade. Pizza Hut has undergone the most change I feel out of any chain. Do people even eat inside of a Pizza Hut anymore? That's a good question. I have not eaten inside of pizza. I mean, I haven't eaten inside of like mini restaurant, especially a chain. If we go out and eat at a restaurant, it's usually sushi. That's about it. Everything else we order to go. Our favorite Mexican we do every once in a while. Everything else is carry out or delivery. So I mean, it's not just a Pizza Hut thing. And I feel like that's just the general consensus. People don't eat out. But I also live in a bigger city now. Like in Anawan, people probably go to Pizza Hut still, go to Kiwani, because they got to go to the Walmart. And then they go to the Pizza Hut. Probably not Family Video. Probably not even open anymore. You go home and you turn on Netflix. Pizza Hut used to be 30 kids crawling under the tables on Friday nights after the kids got their reading awards. Yeah, and then when you can you imagine? Did anybody work at Pizza Hut back in the 90s? Can you imagine on a Friday night in the winter at Pizza Hut? At least for us, and I'm sure this varies in every city, but Pizza Hut was the go-to after a basketball game. And even like in Anawan, we would drive to Pizza Hut after a game and hang out. And like the Wethersfield kids would be there and the Kewanee kids would be there. And Stark County, I think they had their own Pizza Hut. And for some reason, Wyoming had a Pizza Hut. Wyoming is like 900 people. They had a Pizza Hut. So I think they went to their Pizza Hut. But Stark County, Wethersfield, Kewanee, Galva would come over. And there's like freaking all these kids from these different schools going to Pizza Hut after a basketball game. And then before that was like the night rush. You had the early rush with all the kids. Parents taking their kids out for Book It. And then they get probably an hour break and the basketball game gets out and all of a sudden it's probably Wethersfield High School was right across the street from the Kewanee Pizza Hut. So Wethersfield and whoever they played, they're at Pizza Hut. And then Kewanee, just down the road, they came. And then the Anawan kids and the Galva kids. And all of a sudden it's just packed with all these high school kids. The good old days. Pac-Man fever explained it all. Even the Bad News Bears went to Pizza Hut. Right. Everybody went to Pizza Hut. Good morning. AA Cards in the house. Shane says to MD Sports Cards, there's a Pizza Hut in a town near me, and I will DoorDash some days there for extra money, and you might see one car in the parking lot. They are dead. But I bet they're making, I mean, they're probably doing good business on carryouts and deliveries. I liked eating in the 70s style Pizza Hut. Oof, cold condiments are way better. What? I don't use very often, but I won't use if not cold. No, I will actually sometimes put like whatever I'm using in the microwave for like 5 or 10 seconds just to get it to like not cold. Or I'll set like if I'm going to use barbecue sauce for like dinner, if I'm grilling something and I need barbecue sauce, I'll like pull the barbecue sauce out of the fridge like hours before just so it gets to somewhat room temperature. Cold condiments. Ugh. Let's see. Rich says, I get the onion rings at BK to avoid the fries. We're on the same page. Burger King fries blow. If Bo says one word about pineapple on a pizza, I'm going to lose it. I'll eat ham and pineapple pizza. I'll eat it. And I actually kind of like it. Card Hobby says mayo is only shelf stable if vacuum sealed. Otherwise, those eggs in mayo will go bad pretty damn quick. Oh, that's a good point. Well, shit. Rich says no Wendy's fries have gotten so much better. Interesting. I don't go to Wendy's that often. Hobby News Daily, Ziggy says, back in the turn of the millennium, I was a young man. Weren't we all? Wendy's has amazing fries if they're super hot. So a couple Wendy's. I thought Wendy's fries sucked. Let's see. Bargain Boxer says you should do a video on tips for the National. I watched a video on National tips. If you see a card you want, write down the table number and come back later. Bad advice. My advice, see it, buy it. You know, I think so many people do National tips. So many people are different. I guess my National tips would come from the advice of a bargain boxer. So Randy is the bargain boxer. So you probably would enjoy my video on National tips. If you're shopping for like a Grail card or, specific items, then my tips won't do any good for you. But if you're a bargain boxer, I can provide good tips. I would kind of agree with you on that, though, the table number. If you see a card you want, if you see a card you want at a price you're willing to pay, don't write the table number down and come back later. Buy it now. I agree with that. If you see a card you want, but you're like on the fence, then I would say write the table number down. If it's not something you really want, if you go in with a list, that's a tip right there. Have an agenda. If it's your first time, though, I would not have an agenda. Soak it all in. If you're a first-time National goer, Just soak it all in. Just walk the floor. That's any big convention. That's my advice. Soak it all in. That's how I did the Cubs convention the very first time. And I'm glad I did it that way, because then you get to, you see things and you're like, I'm going to try that. Or maybe I'll try that next year. And like Cubs bingo at Cubs convention, I hate it, but I did it the first couple years. And I tell people that are first timers at the Cubs convention, play Cubs bingo, because just because I don't like it and I'd rather hang out at the hotel bar doesn't mean the next person wants to hang out at the hotel bar. They might want to play bingo. A lot of people love it. And they're like begging me, oh, you got to come. You got to come. No, it sucks. I hate it. I don't have a good time. I'm sorry. Even your company does not make me enjoy Cubs bingo at Cubs convention. See me at the hotel bar. And that's kind of my advice with the National. Not going to the hotel bar, but just walking the floor, and then maybe you try a couple things at this year. If this year is your first year, you try a couple things. Maybe not. Maybe won't do that next time. But yeah, I would agree on that. If you see a card you want at a price you want, and you truly want it, buy it. Don't wait until later. I had 2 years ago at the last Chicago National. There was a table with a bunch of like autographed baseballs, and they were at a good price, and they had volume discounts, and they had a lot of Cubs that I needed. And I had considered, there were like 30 balls that I needed. I'm like, but they kept decreasing the price each day. And so I was going to pounce on Saturday because I didn't want to risk them not being there on Sunday. It's like they were there on, Wednesday at full price. Thursday, they knocked it down. Friday, I saw it Friday and I almost pulled the trigger, but I'm going to wait until Saturday. Guess what? Saturday comes around. I walk by. Where'd the baseballs go? They were gone because they sold them all. Like one person came up, I'll buy them all for whatever price. Boom, gone. So sometimes you wait and you lose, and I lost on that one. Let's see. Uncle Rich says there are a couple of nice hole-in-the-wall Italian places where they make good pizza, and my favorite group of toppings: pineapple, jalapeno, mushrooms, and chicken. If it's a white whale, so to speak, buy it when you see it if it's a good price. Rally's fries are horrible. I don't think I've ever eaten at a Rally's. Angel Baby says, you ain't wrong, Rich. Word. Let's see. Rich says, but if you're looking for a 1961 PSA 4 mantle, then you can shop around and see which one you really like. There you go. Arby's fries are nasty. I forgot about Arby's because I always go with the curly fries. I like Arby's curly fries, but I will agree, the regular fries at Arby's, not that good. But the curly fries are good. You got to get the curly fries at Arby's. Reppin' Rajon says, whenever I go to Pizza Hut, I only get the stuffed crust. Incredible stuff. I'm sure I had the stuffed crust when it came out. When stuffed crust pizza came out in like the 90s, it was mind-blowing. Stuffed crust pizza. They brought back, speaking of the good old days, Pizza Hut brought back the Big New Yorker, which I think came out in the 90s. I think it coincides with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It's coming out again. Let's see. Whenever I go to Pizza Hut, I only get the stuffed crust. Rich now gets the crinkly fries at Arby's, which are better, and you have to dip them in the horsey sauce. I'm not a horsey sauce fan. Everybody loves the horsey sauce. I'm not a horsey sauce fan. And for In-N-Out Burger, order them crispy or well done. Otherwise, they are terrible. I've only been to In-N-Out Burger once. Only once. Bruce, what's up? Glad to hear mayo dip on fries. Thought it was a Southern tradition. No, it's actually, that's how they do it in Europe. That's like how, and I was skeptical. I've had it with, I think Canadians do it as well. But when we were over in, I think it was in Belgium, and I mean, I've dipped my fries in mayo a time or two. But when I had it over there, I'm like, oh my God, this is even sometimes, even with just cheap mayo, it's pretty good. Card Hobbyist says horsey sauce is the bomb. CSG's pop report is way easier to search than PSA. CSG search gives you what you want. PSA search is just like Facebook, just giving you nonsense. That's okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because I don't look up PSA stuff that often, but sometimes I'm at a card show and I want to look at something specific and I'm trying to find it on PSA and what the hell am I doing? Now, part of that is I'm not there often, so I don't know what to look for and where to look for it. So that's part on me, but a website should work for everybody. A website shouldn't work for just somebody that's on it every day. It should be set up to where a novice can just go and find what they're looking for in a minimal amount of time. And that's just not the way the PSA website works. Let's see. Angel Baby says, WTF is all the fuss with a PSA 10. Far as I'm concerned, I'm okay with 9s. I can actually afford those. You're probably in the majority. It's rarity. There's less 10s out there than 9s. So people want what's more rare. And it's perfect. It's the perfect 10. I don't get it either. When I'm buying, now if I'm buying like a modern card, a 9 is fine. But if I'm buying an old SGC slab, for a pre-war slab, I want a 1 because I want to buy many of them, not just, I don't want a 8 that's going to cost me 20 times what a 1 or a 2 is going to cost me. Dave says I denied a partial refund and he crushed the card and sent it back. Couldn't relist, almost like he put it in bike spokes. That would piss me the F off. That would piss me off. And that's a good point. When you're opening a return, that's where it's good when they open a return to show pictures, because then you can get it back and be like, hey, this asshole creased it, and it wasn't creased when he sent the photo notating this print line. Dave says TSA would never get away with their shtick without everyone having a cell phone to play with. Oh, could you imagine? I cannot imagine waiting in any lines. I'm very impatient in lines. If there's a line, not going to do it. Kyle says we had social media in person while waiting at restaurants. You talked about Ditka, the weather, and small talk. Yeah, I think I like the cell phone better. God, can you imagine having to talk to your neighbors? The Bargain Boxer, Culver's is the new Pizza Hut. Culver's after every Friday night basketball game. I don't even know what the go-to is like in Anawan. There is a Culver's nearby in Anawan now, in Geneseo, but we always gravitated toward Kewanee instead of Geneseo. I mean, Kewanee was bigger, but Geneseo had a Walmart and a McDonald's. Didn't have a Culver's growing up. It does now. So I don't know. And I think it also has to do with like who your friends are and like, if your cousin goes to, this school and all of a sudden, you become friends with their friends and you start going to Geneseo or you start going to Princeton or Kewanee. Nobody went to Princeton. And Princeton was like Princeton was a little further than Kewanee, but it was kind of like the big city to the east. And I say big city, it's like 10,000 people. That was a big city for me, growing up in a town of 800 with a graduating class of 35. But Kewanee was like our go-to. We had friends from Geneseo, but we didn't like go party there. Kewanee was our go-to. Let's see. Angel Baby, but was about a decade younger than I am, so I need to adjust my comments based on the early 90s instead of the 80s. I'm familiar. I just didn't live it. I'm familiar, just didn't live it. Card Hobbyist is on Team Cold Condiments. Shane says hot foods need hot condiments. I don't like mixing hot with cold. I think that's a good point, especially when it comes to like a burger or a steak. I don't put condiments on steak, but a burger, ribs. I don't want to put cold barbecue sauce on my ribs. Now I'll grill, like I'll toss some on while it's still grilling, but I also like to have a pile to dip it in, and I don't want to dip in cold barbecue sauce. I do kind of like, I guess I do kind of like warm ranch dressing or salad dressing in a salad, because usually the salad's like super, I guess it depends on where your temperature is set in your fridge, but typically when I pull out a salad, I do, believe it or not, every once in a while I eat a salad. And I like to have a not as cold, because the lettuce is so cold on my teeth. So the warm sauce kind of feels nice. Let's see. Angel Baby is a decade behind me. Comments adjusted. Max says, if the card is priced well and tougher to find, buy it. Don't wait. Agree. If it's widely available and priced well, wait and never pay sticker on anything ever. Where are we at? Bruce says, to assure I am not losing my mind, help me out here. I recently noticed a vlog on YouTube with two graded 68 Ryan rookies side by side. One had a purple Met logo and the other was a blue Met logo. Fake? I don't know. Uncle Rich, is he still with us? He can help us out there. I have no clue. Stuke says, I've paid over sticker to people that didn't know what they had, and they had a ridiculously low price. Victor says, first timer, looking forward to seeing friends. Love it. Love it. Dave Marnell, what's up? I made an offer on eBay for a Bryson Stott, and the dude immediately threw it on auction for my offer price. Angel Baby says, turned 57 this week. Damn, I'm turning into stay off my lawn guy. Hey, aren't we all? I'm only 41 and get off my lawn. My lawn's green now, finally. I'm going to have to mow. Can you believe that? I'm going to have to mow. I haven't mowed in 2 months. Literally 2 months. I think it was the first week of May, the last time I mowed. I've only mowed twice this entire year of 2023. Not complaining. I will once I see my water bill. I'll complain then. Mark Hoyle, good morning. Angel Baby says, nothing but love here for Arby's horsey sauce. A bottle of it now lives in the fridge. Dan is with us. A lot of horsey sauce love. See, I am not team horsey sauce. Hobby News Daily. I still can't find my Funko PSA graded in the pop reports. Let's see. Angel Baby. Ooh, this is a good question. Deli or sweet relish? Both. I don't have a preference. It's just kind of the mood I'm in. Sometimes I want to go sweet. Sometimes I want to go not sweet, deli. So yeah, both. I like them both. Dave says, take a picture of the code on the back of a PSA slab and it gives you the pop account. How do you look for, what if I want to look at just like the Johnny Moore PSA 10? Is there like an easy way to do that? Nobody did my homework for me. Let's see. Or I guess I was looking for the Jordan PSA 10 count for 86 Fleer. Let's see. Angel Baby says, sweet for me and mine here in California. Kyle can only afford PSA 10s because I collect NASCAR cards. Hey, by the way, Kyle, guess what I found? I found a second monster box of NASCAR. A 5-row. I found a 5-row and a 4-row, and then just some random singles here and there. I think that's probably all. There might be a stray binder somewhere, but I think that's all I have. Angel Baby says, by the way, did a search on 84 Topps football for Walter Payton. Clearly, people are seriously hoarding his 10 cards. Let's see. NASCAR cards are cool. Just never met many collectors till now. It's a very niche, small section. You dip. Rich is still here, but just listening so you can repeat the question. Now I forgot what it was. It was a food question. No, it was a Nolan Ryan question. Let's see. It was who said it? Oh, Bruce. So Uncle Rich, the question is, I recently noticed a vlog on YouTube with two graded 68 Ryan rookies side by side. One had a purple Mets logo and the other was a blue Mets logo. Is one fake? So I don't know. Let's see. Dan says, do you still have a sit-down mower? No, I don't. I've never owned a sit-down mower. Never. My dad did. But I think my mom still has, but she's hired some. I'm like, just get rid of it, just sell it. Just sell this shit. My mom, this is where I get my procrastination. My dad passed away in August of 2016. Year the Cubs won the World Series. And my mom was going to have an auction in the spring of 2017 because my dad has like a garage full of tools. And I know it sounds funny. My dad has his own workshop, built the house, every tool you can imagine. I have a hammer, 2 screwdrivers, and now a rubber mallet. And yes, DNA confirmed. He is my real dad. My mom was going to have an auction for all this shit. Guess what? It is now 6 years later, and the garage is still full. She's given away, like, she'll be like, do you want this? And I'm like, no. I have a hammer, 2 screwdrivers, and now a rubber mallet. I'm good. I don't need any more tools. And a tape measure. So my brother, she's giving my brother a bunch of shit. My nephew, who's a gearhead. I'm like, I don't want any of this stuff. But my dad had a John Deere riding mower. And he's like, he told my mom, like, he had cancer his last year. And like, sell it. Hire a company to mow and sell the lawnmower. And here it is. 6 years later, 6.5, almost 7 years later, still sitting in the shed. I'm like, Mom, if you don't sell this and you don't like do anything with it, if it sits there, it's depreciating every year and it's not going to be worth anything because it's not going to run and you're going to have to put money into it. I know. I'll get to it. I think I'm just going to have to do it. I think I'm going to have to go down and it's like, okay, it's, and I've got to let her know, like, it's not worth what it was in 2016 anymore. Anyway, so no, I have never owned a sit down. I've always done a push mower. Now, I lived, when I was in Macomb, I had an apartment. Then I moved into the house, but we didn't have to mow. Then I moved into another house, but we didn't have to mow. Then I moved into an apartment. And then I bought my house. I got a mower, but a small backyard, push mower. My yard here is decent sized, but I can push it takes me 40 minutes. And it gets me off my ass and doing a little walking. It's good for me. I don't need a sit down mower. The new house, it's the new. What the troubling part, oh my God, I'm going to have to mow. The troubling part is there's a hill going back to the pond. There's a hill at the edge going down to the pond. So that's going to be a bitch. Actually, it might be more of a bitch on a riding lawnmower than it is a push mower, but it'll take me longer. It's a wider yard. And actually, it probably is just as deep. It's just kind of from the back, it's an optical illusion because of the hill. So maybe one of these days. This year's not the year though. Bleeding money. Came across a guy with a star 85 Jordan last week. I only wanted $100. Seriously good deal. Was it? I would not think that. That's probably not a good deal. That's probably a fake. That is a big faked set. The 85 star cards. I think PSA just started grading those again. And Rich can probably help us out. I think Beckett maybe has been grading those. I would steer clear. I would steer clear of the 85. If you're not aware of those cards in the history, do not buy. Not a good deal. Most likely not a good deal. Kyle says, yes, they are. Angel Baby NASCAR cards are my favorite to collect. Herman says, watched A Man Called Otto this week. Made me think of how you would describe Frank. Is that the one with Tom Hanks? I think my wife watched that. I did not. I kind of lost interest. Rep and Rajon says, do you know anything about the 1977 Reggie Jackson Orioles card? I just heard about it. Super interesting. Uncle Rich has the answer. Yes, it was a proof card. Where are we at? It was a proof card. Alan Rosen auctioned it off many years ago, and Bob Lemke, the editor of the Krause Standard Catalog, was the high bidder. Let's see. Rich says there were like 10 proof 1977 cards, and that was one of them. That's really cool. Have they ever made pro bass fishing cards? Probably. In the early 90s, they made cards for everything. I don't know the answer, but let's see. Rich says, I would say not fake offhand. Remember, there were several print runs, and they may have adjusted the color slights. I bet offhand. Let's see. Yes, they are coolness. Just not sure why more people don't collect them. That one of those two is actually a 1969 Milton Bradley card, but that's just a guess from spitballing. SGC and PSA graded them, but pretty sure either was not Milton. Those printers made a variety of print, cut, and packaging mistakes back then. Probably real, but a variation. If real, then you have a genuine error card. Do listen to NASCAR Radio. Good group of NASCAR card collectors on there. Tons of insights. PSA, yes, started grading again as they worked something out with Steve Taft, who Beckett used for years. Aha, there you go. Angel Baby says the star cards are deep in fakes. You have to know what to look for. Since Dad was an artist and art major, his son knows what to look for. There you go. Well, if you think it's a good deal, buy it. I don't know what to look for, so I can't help you. I just know that buyer beware on those. I think we're going to skip Name That Player today because we're already an hour and 12 in. It's 8:30. I've got a lot of stuff to do. And I think we're going to wrap it up soon. I think we're going to wrap Name That Player up. We're going to take like a hiatus because I'm kind of getting bored with it. So we'll take kind of a Matt like with the booze. And Michael Renicky. Oh no. So we'll and there will not be a Friday show next week because I'll be out of town. So we'll take maybe this will be our little hiatus. Maybe we'll take a couple week hiatus and come back. Bronco woke up for this. Shane says, I found some on eBay. Those fishing cards look terrible. So that's what I had for today. Just a bunch of food talk. Uncle Rich came just to play. Okay, there's a lot of booze. We'll do it. Okay, we'll do it. 'Cause I even set aside a pack. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Let's see. We're going to do 90, 91 or 92 Leaf. We had enough. We had enough people. Look for gold Leaf. So we're going to do this one. Where's the scoreboard? Here's the scoreboard. Scotty Dubs leads by 300 points. Caving to peer pressure. Okay. All right. I didn't think there would be that many people. That I figured people were getting tired of it like I was. But I'm for the people. And who cares what I think? Oh. Cool card on the back. Let's see. So where's my marker? Let's move one of these boxes. Okay. So we're doing, doing Leaf. Now, here we go. Here we go. What's that? Okay. JW's in the house. Here we go. First player up. JW, what's up? Yankees pitcher. Yankees pitcher. So this is 91 Leaf. Series 2. Jimmy Key, not correct. Not Tim Leary. Not John Kruk. Andy Mack, where are you moving? This guy also played for the Oakland Athletics. Caderet is correct. Michael Renicky, Greg Caderet. Greg Caderet, Yankees pitcher. Michael on the board. And he's up to 6 points on the game. All right. Oh, this is a gimme. Not because it's a superstar, but because of the photo. Okay, I'm going to make you give me the first name. I need the first name. So who can come up with the first name? Matt, you got it. Al. And I thought everybody would, I'm like, well, shit. People already were typing in Osuna, but Matt, Matt got Osuna. Not Roberto, not Antonio, not Miguel. Al Osuna. Matt Like with the point. Oh, let's see. I've got to color you in. Matt, you're at 11. Some of these are. Okay. 11 points for Matt. Okay, this hard charging late entry. So his name is on the back of his jersey, but you can't really tell. I think you'll get this anyway. Scotty Dubs, Frank Tanana. Tanana. Scotty Dubs, running out of room back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 56 points for Scotty Dubs. I think it's just a given that Scotty Dubs is going to win that trophy. All right, Houston Astros. Third baseman. Caminiti is correct. Card hobbyist. Ken Caminiti. Card hobbyist is at, let's see. Where are you at? Oh, you're way up here. Card hobbyist must have had the very first point of this second edition of Name That Player, because you're the very top player. All right. Here we go. St. Louis Cardinals. Pitcher. Not Bobby Tewksbury. It is Scotty Dubs, correct. Chris Carpenter. Scotty Dubs. Chris Carpenter. 57 points. Okay. Here we go. San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres. Catcher. Let's see. Not Finley. Not Joyner. Not Ashby. Lampkin. Yes. Flawed thinker. Tom Lampkin. Nicely done. Flawed thinker with the point. And you're at 14. All right. We go north of the border. Toronto. Pitcher. Henke is correct. Scotty Dubs. Tom Henke. Mr. Henke. 58 now for Scott. Coffee time. Okay, no point for this one. I guess I could. Yeah, I could do that. Let's just do this. Wait, how in the hell am I going to do this? Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, sacrilege. Card cutter has already been taken. Who's this guy? It's a gimme. Yes, card hobbyist, Daryl Strawberry. Card hobbyist with another point. 5, 10, 15, 24 points for card hobbyist. You know what? I just throw these cards away anyway, unless it's a Cub or a superstar. And I don't have to cover it up with an envelope. Who's this guy? This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Texas Rangers pitcher. Jeffcoat is a good answer, but it's not a correct answer. Not Franco, not Ryan. Ciampanero, flawed thinker. Wow. Scott Ciampanero, flawed thinker. And let's see. You are up to 20 points. 5, 10, 15, 20 points for the flawed thinker. No, I would have never guessed that either. Montreal Expos. This is a tough one. Not Smith, not Rojas. Jones is correct. Michael Renicky, yes. Barry Jones. Barry Jones. Michael is at 7. All right. LA Dodgers, center fielder. Butler, Matt Like. Wow. Man, everybody knew Brett Butler. Holy crap. I was going to even give a clue, like he shares a name with an actress. Wasn't that her name, Brett Butler, from 90s sitcoms on ABC? Let's see. It was the bunting pose. Matt got the point, and he's at 12. Was Brett Butler, was she an actress on Grace Under Fire? That was the show. Grace Under Fire. All right, another Montreal pitcher. Rhett Butler was an actor, I believe, in like the 30s. Nabholz is correct. Chris Nabholz. Who got that one? Matt Like again. Chris Nabholz. All right, 13 for Matt, and we move on. Okay, the last card I cannot cut. Well, this is the second from last card. Oh, yes, Rhett Butler was Gone with the Wind. Brett Butler was an actress. Not Fermin Jacoby, Bronco, yes. Brooke Jacoby. And Bronco got that one. Where's Bronco at? Bronco's at 7. All right, the last one I'm not going to cut. This is a fancy card. Can't cut this one. It's a gimme. Card hobbyist, fastest fingers. Card hobbyist knew that was Nolan Ryan. What a nice card. We can't cut that one. Set Mr. Nolan Ryan over on the side. Card hobbyist. All right, so let's see. We've got Scotty Dubs at 58 points. Where are we at? Flipping Sports Guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29 points. Card Hobbyist at 5, 10, 15, 25. Let's see. Uncle Rich, 5, 10, 15, 22. Flawed Thinker at 20. Matt Like, you're up to 12 points. No, 13 points. 13 points for Matt. Michael Renicky and Bronco tied at 7. Nick Budden has 11. Mookie Chilson has 8. Minneapolis Kid has 5. Terry McDaniel has 5. Who else is on the board? Boyhood Breaks has 3. Dan Korean Cardboard has 3. D Young Cards has 2. Brian M has 2. Christian has 2. Mike D Francesca has 2. Mike Summer has 2. And then 1 point for Todd McCown. That 70s Show. Bink Scott, Travis Bogart, and Sal Dougie. So there we go. So that'll be our last Name That Player for a couple weeks. You know what? Oh wait, I'm getting my weeks. So let's see. So July is going to be crazy. So I will go live tomorrow and Sunday. And then Monday I will be live, but probably from my upstairs office. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be live probably from my shipping room at the new house. Tuesday, Wednesday, I might still be live upstairs. It just depends if they move that room. Thursday will probably be my first day in the new setting. Yes, because I'm leaving Thursday afternoon. Friday, no show. Saturday, the 15th, no show. No show on Sunday, the 16th. And then we're back at it the week of the 17th. So we will be live. So the 21st will be the next Name That Player. Madison Card Show is coming up Saturday, July 22nd. Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. I need to get the ad running. 2 weeks out. Let's see. And then the National, I'll be leaving that Wednesday, the 26th, that morning. So I will go live. I will go live that Wednesday of the National because I'll probably just do the live show and then get any last shipping done and then head out by 11. Just go straight there. That's the plan. Okay, so let's wrap the chat and then call it a day. JW says, Rizzo reunion tonight. Have a wonderful day. Go Cubs. Let's see. Shane says, my only chance gone. Bronco says, I lost that one because I guessed a Cub only to have to delete the guess since it was the Ryan Express. Aha. Let's see. Matt says, helps when I'm not driving on the interstate while playing this game. That's good. Safer that way. Michael says, tiebreaker at the National. Love it. Card Hobby says, thanks for catering to the masses. I think Rafael Ortega is on the Yankees now, too. Excellent. Thanks for allowing us to play. Shane got a new job, and sadly, it interferes with the show, and I won't be able to watch live anymore starting the 17th. Bummer. Let's see. But congrats on the new job. Guess I will always have a goose egg as my score. There you go. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. eBay store link in the description. I'm off to do some shipping. And have a great Friday. I will see you this weekend. Never know what time I'm going to go live. I don't even know what time I'm going to go live tomorrow. Probably 8:30-ish. But you never know. Might be 7:30. It won't be late. Actually, it might be earlier than 8:30. Anyway, have a great day. Have a great weekend if I don't catch you this weekend. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.